In a culture captivated by the illusion of eternal perfection, cosmetic transformation is often portrayed as a gateway to confidence, admiration, and success. But beneath the polished images and dazzling appearances exists a far more complicated reality filled with emotional struggles, unexpected consequences, and deeply personal sacrifices. From high-profile figures whose dramatic transformations sparked worldwide fascination to entertainers whose public image changed forever, and everyday individuals who risked everything in pursuit of an ideal reflection, these stories reveal far more than surface-level change. They uncover powerful lessons about identity, pressure, and the delicate boundary between reinvention and losing oneself entirely. Enter a world where the pursuit of perfection takes an unexpected turn, and discover the hidden realities behind beauty's most unforgettable transformations. Amanda Lepore, the internationally recognized transgender model, performer, and nightlife icon, has become one of the most visually distinctive personalities associated with dramatic cosmetic transformation and artistic self-expression. From an early age, she reportedly felt disconnected from traditional expectations surrounding identity and found inspiration in classic Hollywood glamour figures such as Marilyn Monroe. Determined to create an image that reflected the vision she carried within herself, Amanda embraced fashion, performance, and cosmetic enhancement as tools of reinvention and personal expression. Over time, her striking appearance and fearless individuality transformed her into a symbol of underground art culture, challenging conventional ideas about beauty, identity, and self-creation. To supporters, her journey represents not only transformation, but also the power of embracing authenticity and turning personal expression into a living work of art. Her transformation became known for its boldness, theatrical style, and complete commitment to self-reinvention. Over the years, Amanda embraced a wide range of cosmetic enhancements and aesthetic procedures, carefully shaping an appearance that reflected her highly stylized artistic vision. With her dramatic hourglass silhouette, striking facial features, and glamorous image, she developed a look that instantly set her apart in the worlds of fashion, nightlife, and performance art. Rather than blending into conventional beauty standards, Amanda built an identity centered on exaggeration, individuality, and visual impact, turning her appearance into an unmistakable personal trademark. As media fascination around her transformation grew, she became widely recognized as one of the most iconic figures associated with extreme cosmetic artistry, sparking ongoing conversations about beauty, identity, fame, and the limitless possibilities of self-expression. Her transformation, however, came with enormous personal and financial sacrifice. Over the years, Amanda has spoken openly about investing vast amounts of money into cosmetic procedures and enduring long periods of recovery in pursuit of the image she envisioned for herself. To some observers, her dramatic appearance remains controversial and difficult to understand. To others, it represents a fearless statement about individuality, artistic freedom, and the right to shape one's own identity without apology. Rather than hiding her journey, Amanda has consistently embraced it in public, using her visibility to challenge conventional expectations surrounding beauty, self-expression, and gender presentation. Whether viewed as provocative, inspiring, or unconventional, her story continues to spark conversation about how identity and appearance can become powerful forms of personal storytelling in modern culture. Hang Myoku's story is often regarded as one of the most shocking examples of how the pursuit of physical perfection can gradually spiral beyond control. In the early stages, her journey reportedly began with relatively small cosmetic procedures and appearance-enhancing treatments that seemed harmless at the time. However, what started as a desire for subtle refinement slowly evolved into an overwhelming fixation on changing her appearance. As the years passed, she became increasingly driven by the idea of achieving an ever more youthful and flawless image, even as that ideal continued to move further out of reach. Her experience later sparked widespread discussion about the psychological pressures connected to beauty standards, self-image, and the emotional impact of constantly chasing unattainable perfection in a society deeply influenced by appearance. As concerns about her condition grew, medical professionals reportedly warned that additional cosmetic procedures could place serious strain on her health. But by that point, the desire to maintain a youthful appearance had become deeply consuming. Determined to continue altering her features, Hang eventually turned to dangerous self-administered methods in an attempt to preserve the fuller look she desired. The results were devastating. Over time, her face became severely swollen and dramatically altered, leading to long-term physical complications and lasting health challenges. Her story later shocked audiences around the world, becoming a powerful and heartbreaking reminder of how unchecked obsession, emotional vulnerability, and unrealistic beauty standards can sometimes lead people toward deeply harmful decisions in pursuit of an unattainable ideal. The very procedures she believed would help preserve her youthful appearance ultimately caused irreversible damage and dramatically changed her life. As her condition became more widely known, her story drew national attention in South Korea, where many viewers responded with sympathy and support. Public fundraising efforts reportedly helped provide access to corrective medical treatment, and surgeons later worked to remove large amounts of foreign material from her face and neck in an attempt to reduce the damage. Although some improvements were possible, the effects could never be fully reversed. Once remembered as an aspiring model with dreams of success, Hang Myoku eventually became one of the most widely discussed cautionary examples of how extreme beauty pressures and unchecked cosmetic obsession can lead to life-altering consequences. Her story continues to resonate as a powerful reminder about the importance of mental well-being, self-acceptance, and safe medical care in conversations surrounding appearance and identity. Joan Van Ark, best known for her memorable roles in Knots Landing and Dallas, was once celebrated as one of television's most elegant and charismatic stars. During the height of her fame in the 1980s, she captivated audiences with her sophistication, confidence, and unmistakable screen presence, becoming a defining face of prime-time drama. But as the entertainment industry evolved, Joan, like many actresses in Hollywood, faced growing pressure to maintain a youthful appearance in an environment where aging was often unfairly scrutinized. Over the years, changes in her appearance sparked widespread public discussion, turning her into another example of the intense expectations placed on women in the spotlight. Her story reflects the broader challenges many performers encounter while navigating fame, public image, and the relentless pursuit of timeless beauty in an industry deeply focused on appearance. In an effort to preserve the polished image that had defined much of her television career, Joan was widely rumored to have explored various cosmetic treatments over the years. As her appearance gradually changed, public attention intensified, with media outlets and fans closely analyzing every transformation. Rather than recreating the youthful elegance audiences remembered from her earlier roles, the noticeable changes to her features sparked widespread debate and concern about the pressures of aging in Hollywood. Many longtime viewers were surprised by how different she appeared from the actress they once associated with classic primetime glamour. Her evolving image ultimately became part of a larger cultural conversation about celebrity expectations, self-image, and the difficult balance between staying relevant in the public eye while preserving one's natural identity. The tabloids and entertainment media were often unforgiving, focusing heavily on her appearance rather than the decades of talent and dedication that built her career. Discussions about her changing looks frequently overshadowed the remarkable performances that had once made her one of television's most admired stars. Yet Joan's story represents far more than public speculation surrounding cosmetic transformation. It reflects the intense pressures of an industry that too often places appearance above experience, pushing even accomplished performers toward difficult personal decisions in order to remain visible in the spotlight. Despite the criticism and constant scrutiny, her legacy as an actress remains firmly intact. For countless viewers, Joan van Ark will always be remembered as a talented and influential performer whose work helped shape an unforgettable era of television drama and left a lasting mark on popular culture. Carol Bryan's story serves as a powerful reminder that even cosmetic procedures, often described as quick or low risk, can sometimes lead to devastating consequences when complications occur. In 2009, she reportedly sought dermal filler treatments in hopes of softening signs of aging and restoring a more refreshed appearance. What was expected to be a routine enhancement instead became a life-changing medical crisis after a serious error during the procedure allegedly involved the use of incompatible substances. Within a short period of time, Carol began experiencing severe physical reactions, including swelling, discoloration, and intense discomfort that rapidly worsened. As her condition deteriorated, her experience drew widespread attention and raised urgent questions about cosmetic safety standards, practitioner qualifications, and the hidden dangers that can exist behind procedures often marketed as simple beauty fixes. What was meant to enhance her appearance instead resulted in severe and lasting complications that dramatically changed both her life and her sense of self. As the damage progressed, the treatments reportedly altered her facial features in ways that left her struggling to recognize her own reflection. Beyond the visible effects, the medical complications also caused devastating health consequences, including the permanent loss of vision in one eye. The emotional impact proved just as overwhelming as the physical challenges. Once known as a confident and energetic woman, Carol found herself facing a deeply difficult journey of recovery, self-acceptance, and emotional healing. Her experience later became a widely discussed cautionary story about the importance of medical expertise, patient safety, and understanding the serious risks that can sometimes accompany cosmetic procedures, often perceived as routine or harmless. Carol later chose to speak openly about her experience, not for attention or sympathy, but to raise awareness about the very real risks that can exist behind cosmetic shortcuts and improperly handled aesthetic procedures. Through interviews and public discussions, she shared the emotional and physical challenges she endured in hopes of helping others make safer and more informed decisions. Although she underwent numerous reconstructive treatments in an effort to repair the damage, the effects of the complications could never be entirely reversed. Even so, her willingness to tell her story transformed a deeply painful chapter into a message of resilience, caution, and education. For many people, Carol's journey stands as a powerful reminder that true well-being should always come before external perfection, and that no pursuit of beauty is worth sacrificing one's health, safety, or sense of self. Monique Allen's story has often been described as a powerful and emotional example of how the search for identity, acceptance, and self-confidence can sometimes become overwhelming under intense personal and social pressure. Assigned male at birth, she reportedly struggled for many years with feeling disconnected from the image she saw reflected back at her, leading her to seek transformation as a way to better express her true sense of self. At first, cosmetic enhancement and physical changes appeared to offer a path toward confidence, authenticity, and emotional relief. However, over time, the pursuit of an idealized appearance gradually evolved into an exhausting cycle of repeated procedures and constant dissatisfaction. Her journey later became a widely discussed reflection on the emotional complexities surrounding identity, body image, and the difficult balance between self-expression and the pressure to continually reinvent oneself in pursuit of perfection. Over the years, Monique reportedly underwent an extraordinary number of cosmetic procedures in pursuit of the appearance she envisioned for herself. Her transformation included numerous facial surgeries, body modifications, and repeated enhancement treatments that gradually reshaped nearly every aspect of her image. In interviews and public appearances, she openly discussed undergoing many operations over time, including multiple nasal procedures and chest surgeries, while also admitting that some treatments involved unsafe or poorly regulated methods. As the cycle of procedures continued, the physical consequences became increasingly severe, placing enormous strain on her health and overall well-being. What began as a deeply personal journey toward confidence and self-expression eventually evolved into a cautionary story about the emotional pressures surrounding beauty, identity, and the dangerous risks that can arise when cosmetic transformation becomes an endless pursuit rather than a source of healing or empowerment. Her experience is often framed as a deeply emotional reminder of how far the pursuit of physical perfection can sometimes drift from its original intention. Over time, she has described a growing sense of regret and emotional weight, reflecting on choices that she felt ultimately went beyond what was sustainable for her health and well-being. Rather than bringing lasting fulfillment, the process became increasingly overwhelming, affecting both her body and her sense of identity in profound ways. Despite these hardships, her story has also taken on a wider meaning beyond personal loss. By speaking openly about her journey, she has helped draw attention to the importance of moderation, informed decision-making, and respect for one's physical limits when it comes to cosmetic procedures. Her voice now serves as part of a broader conversation about beauty standards, self-worth, and the importance of prioritizing health and dignity over external ideals.